In a lot of black movies, there's always a trip to the barbershop. They usually come after the main character has been going through some type of hardship. Typically, frustrating relationship, financial ruin, or destroyed career. Whilst most black men don't typically pay their barber a visit after hardship, the message portrayed is a very important one. For a long time, barbershops have been a safe haven for black men. Today, we're excited to explore what happens in a full-service barbershop right here on this episode of the Caribbean Network. Welcome to the Caribbean Network, where we highlight Caribbean-owned businesses here in the Metro Atlanta area. We've partnered with Cariblingo Clothing to bring to you this episode. Today, we bring you a Caribbean talent, Mr. Rohan Clarke, owner, founder, and operator at VB Versatile Barbers. Rohan, welcome to the show.
Pleasure, sir.
Everything good?
All is well.
All right, good. So Rohan, tell us a little bit about your upbringing, your background, and your rationale for opening a barbershop.
Born and grown in Jamaica. That's my origin. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a family where my grandfather was a barber.
Okay.
He didn't do that for a living.
Okay.
My granduncle was a barber. He do that as a living.
Okay.
And so I have like two aunts, hairdressers. Mm-hmm. I have a cousin Paulette, he's an hairdresser as well. I have a brother here who's a barber as well.
Okay.
And over in Florida, I have another cousin who's a barber in England as well. And so it's a thing that we grew up doing as kids.
Okay.
And so going up down in St. Anne, Jamaica, that was like a regular thing for us, cutting our friends, doing all kind of stuff. And everybody cut everybody.
Okay.
So it was something that was quite easy. We adapted to that like it was playing football.
Okay, gotcha. So it's safe to say barbership is in your DNA then?
I guess if you want to say it that way.
All right, cool. So, you know, as kids growing up, we always wanted or had dreams, aspirations of being something specific, right? What in your journey like directed you for you taking this path of actually being a barber? Apart from it being in the DNA, like what clicked to say, hey, this is something I need to do?
Like every kid who have a dream of becoming, whether it's a doctor, teacher, or lawyer, for me it was always about doing my own business.
Okay.
And at one point I think I was kind of fascinated with going into movies and so on.
Oh wow.
Doing movies and all that kind of stuff. I heard my youngest daughter now saying the very same thing.
Oh, cool.
So, but for me, as I said, after growing up in that, I used to like cut people going to school and all that kind of stuff. So I was making money.
Okay, yeah.
There wasn't any pressure on me making money that kind of way either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't have a boss set over me.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could create my own hours, do whatever I wanted to do, and at the end of the day, I love that so much. And so even though I went to school, I did graphics. I didn't do that for a living. I've never ever. I don't even know if I remember what to do when it comes down to that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I just get carried away. I started doing the barbering full time. I leave school, I went to Dexter Campbell, a shop called Tigers, down there in Salem, Marine Bay, where I started to do barbering. And I remember when I moved away from home, I went to live with one of my uncle, and he said to me, work, save your money, things will not be like this forever.
Yeah.
And so for me, I used that to motivate me to start working and saving my money. So it was a pleasure like every time I go home,
Right.
I could count out all the monies I have like for tips and so on. I put it in my drawer. But when I get up the next morning, I'll take everything out and count it all over again.
Yeah.
And put it back, and then go to work, come back home, do that. Oftentimes I fell asleep in the money. Till it becomes an habit for me now where I enjoy counting money more than anything else.
You fell asleep in the money.
Yeah, I fell asleep in the money because I lay in my bed, counted the money, fell asleep, get up the next morning, put everything back together, put it back in the drawer. And so after a while I worked with Dexter Campbell, then I just decided that I want to do my own. There was a particular incident that took place in the barber shop. This client, he was always in on a Wednesday. Every Wednesday I could guarantee he was coming in.
Yeah.
And one day one Wednesday he didn't turn up, so the Saturday he called me up and he says he was supposed to pay me some money for his girl who owed me the money.
Right.
So when he come over to me, I meet him up at the shop. So he paid me the money, and then I said it was like about this hour of the night, 7 going. So I said to him like, so what was the reason you haven't turned up on Wednesday? He says, I had to put this money together to give you, so I didn't have all the money. I said, man, no. So I said, come let me cut you now. Yeah. He said, you sure? I said, yeah. So I cut him. Yeah. So the boss' wife was away. She was in Florida at the time. The boss' sister was looking over until she got back. But one of the barber in the shop was dating the sister.
Oh, wow.
So she and him get together and they start moaning about me cutting a customer for free.
Yeah.
So they went to the boss, her brother did, about it. So he called a meeting the Monday. And in that meeting, he says to me, if my mother come in here with one straw and a beard and she don't have her money, don't shave her. I said to him, you can charge me for the haircut. You can charge me for the shave. But you can't tell me not to give a loyal customer who comes to your shop every Wednesday to support your business that I couldn't give him a haircut if he fell short. So I said, charge me for the haircut. Yeah. He thought about it and he get up and he says, this meeting is over. But then the brother-in-law said to him, you stayed and listened to him, to Rohan, fire him. That's what he said to him. You stayed and listened to Rohan, fire him. So he just walked away. He didn't say anything to him. 2 weeks later, this same barber got into some situation with the same sister now, which is his girlfriend, and he beat her up. Now, I am the one had to watch what's going down, because so when the boss walked in, the lady who saw everything came in the shop right away and she says, oh God, Tiger, you wouldn't like to see what Paul do to your sister? He just swollen up. He turned all different kind of colors. And immediately he went after one of the sisters and moved at him. And I stepped between and pushed him aside. I said, no, you're not going to do this. You're not going to create some kind of tension with your sister boyfriend. Not even just boyfriend, but they have kids together. Now you go to prison, the two of them still out here doing good. If you kill him, he dead, gone. Your kids, your nieces suffer. And he walked away and he went into another section of the shop and he sat down by himself, and I went down and I sit beside him and I said, listen, Tiger, I know it's not easy to see or heard somebody beat up your sister like that, but at the end of the day, you can't put yourself into problem. You can't take away his job from him, because at the end of the day, the both of them may still be together and you mad with him. Exactly. And he would do that. That's why he already tell him to pack his stuff and leave. But when I sat and I talked to him, he just get up again, looked at me and says, you employ him this time, and walked away. That's all he says. No, I say this to say all of that kind of pushed me to that place where I says, the only way you are safe as any employee is when you have your own business as an employer. And so being the fact that my granddad used to own a bakery, and so I have the kind of energy where I know like to own your own business is a boom. So I worked with him for 4 years, went away and started my own shop. This man walked into my shop, swept the floor, looked me in the eye and told me, I respect you. You're the only barber ever done this. All my barbers who left go work for somebody else. You start your own business. Wow.
Interesting story.
It'd be like that. So for me to work outside for somebody, I've only done that for like 4 years. Wow. I've been my own since.
Ownership rules, man.
I've owned 3 barbershops, a hardware, and I've done great.
Damn.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship is in your blood.
Oh yeah, it's quite something that's I love in the sense where when you can create your own hours. One of the things that hit me by surprise was the demand of it. To be your own boss, it demands more of you than.
Oh yeah.
And so by the time I grow into it, and I realize what time it is, and I used to go to attend seminars, and a lot of the seminars where they taught you a lot of stuff, how to deal with the massive and all that kind of stuff. And I remember one thing that lodged with me today, and it's one of the things that it says that as a barber, always allow your customers to lead the conversation, never take it away from them. So in that, it makes me practice to speak less, to speak only when I'm talked to, because I don't want to have a conversation that you're not a part of.
Right.
Because to you, it becomes bored.
Facts.
So it's just what it is for me.
Dropping jewels, huh?
Oh yeah.
2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen more, speak less.
Oh yeah. and I love it like that because you learn so much.
Yeah.
And then you get to be able to advise, you listen to somebody's complaining, you'll be able to enlighten them in areas, even if you're not having experience in those areas.
Yeah.
But just to think on some of the conversation you have with so much different people.
Yeah.
You heard different opinions and views, and so when you look back, you can go back into your memory and select something that suits this client.
True.
From a conversation that probably happened 10 years ago.
Yeah. Connect with them that way.
Yeah.
And they'll always be loyal to you.
Always.
Get that.
Oh, yeah.
Get that. Vibes. Good vibes. So Rohan, entrepreneurship by itself is a difficult feat, right? Producing emerging independent brands brings about additional layers of difficulty. What you think is one of the most challenging parts of growing your business here at Versatile Barbers?
The most challenges as it is today is with finding committed barbers.
Okay.
Barbers that wanted to do this, love this, have great interest in it.
Yeah.
People who not just want to make a dollar, but somebody who value the people who they serve.
Right.
And so it becomes a joy. You get up with that energy that you come out here, you just want to see this client who have a book an appointment or with the hope of this amount of people comes in for the day. And so that's the most challenging part of it, because barbers today are not like before.
So what do you think causes that? Having that
The shift is this. Back in the days when we used to work for commission, it demands more.
Right.
And so barbers would get up and go out.
Right.
Today we work for we pay boot rental.
Right.
And because of that, a barber believes in himself that he's an independent contractor.
Okay.
So he can come out whenever he wanted to. And that shouldn't have been the case, but one of the things is that barbers don't have the kind of drive where they want to create more. They want to build their own empire, or they want to be able to take care of their family and do stuff. And so if you have those motivation, it push you to the point where you just want to be here to make that money.
Right.
And so in order to build that, it becomes a bit difficult when barbers are not here. Client turn up at your door with probably 1-2 barbers on the floor.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a turn off at times, because if a client has to sit over an hour or more to wait on a haircut, when they have options, because we have so many different barbershops today.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so because of that, there's a battle going on between an employer and an employee. You have to talk hard, trying to get them to come out, trying to get people to understand that forget about you.
Yeah.
You have to please the people.
Right.
And if you're not here, you can't please the people. And so that's just what it is for me today.
But that's crazy, because when you think about the overall thought of the industry of being a barber, it's a service job.
Yeah.
And you're serving your clients, you're serving your customers. So I would think that would give them right there an incentive to actually produce more.
I once worked with a guy before in a barbershop, the owner actually of the barbershop, and he said to me, I would rather to work with foreigners than the locals, because the locals don't know what they want. They come out, they make $100, and that's enough for them. They can buy their drink, they can buy the smoke, they probably could go out to their girl over that.
Yeah.
And that's just enough. especially for Caribbean barbers, we want more than that.
Yeah.
We flew too far
Yeah.
to come here
Yeah.
to get comfortable,
Yeah.
or to, because we probably live in an apartment or drive a car, we feel like that's enough. There are more to it in life, and we stand aside and watch those who are doing good, and we criticize them, but we don't know
Yeah.
the energy in which they have to put out. I get up on my bed by 6:37 in the morning,
Yeah.
to rush, come to the shop to open up, and then get out here by 8 o'clock at night to go home. By the time I turn around, it's already 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then to go back to sleep, get
To
up the
repeat
next
it again.
morning.
Yeah.
And so they don't realize the kind of energy in which it pushed out. And a matter of fact, one barber told me here, that's your responsibility. It's your shop. And so he don't have to
Yeah.
do that. He told me that he was doing me a favor to come and open the shop for me.
He told you that.
So I asked him to give me the money he make, because you're doing me a favor.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be holding on to the money. But that's what it is. Barbers don't need this. They get up out of their bed 10 o'clock, they come up here by 11 o'clock, or somebody call them. You know what I mean?
So there's no passion for it no more.
No.
No passion for the craft
It's over.
anymore.
These barbers today, it's not. As I
That's
said,
crazy,
all they
man.
need is a couple dollars, and once they get that, they do not care about nothing else. You know what I mean?
That's why they're in this.
You know, so sometimes I joke around with them and I say to them, like, I don't know how you all do it. I don't know what kind of family you raise, what kind of woman you got, but life demands more than that.
Yeah.
And if you have a woman that demands more, if you have kids that demands more, I don't understand why you could just treat it like it's nothing.
So they just more or less comfortable with the bare minimum.
I don't know. The way I love to count money, bro, I don't know if I could say that. I'm serious, you know? I just enjoy that so much, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something when I looked at the numbers growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I find it to be more interesting than anything else. As in England, my mates used to come to the house when I was living in London, and they would say to me like, "You from work to home, what do you for fun?" I said, "Count money." I'm serious. And they're like, "What? Cut the joking, man." I said, "I'm serious." He says, "You don't enjoy nothing else?" I said, "I enjoy that more than sex." That's what it is, bro.
Hey, whatever motivates you, man. You know what I mean? You gotta use it to drive yourself, you know?
Because at the end of the day, I only moved here like 2014.
Okay.
And I watch everybody operate like there's nothing out there that you would want to achieve in this life. Because a man may think because he drives a nice car, he achieves something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure that is not a part of your legacy, because by the time you get to a certain age, you might have to change the car. So your legacy demands more than just the car.
Yeah.
Demands more than just the clothes you wear.
Yes.
Because who are you going to hand those down to anyway?
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, you have to value life on a different level, where what I'm leaving behind, it's going to assist somebody another 20 years, 30 years, or you'd never know. You know what I mean? I looked at this place as a place that I can hand down to my kids, and they themselves take good care and being responsible can hand it down to their children.
Yeah.
And it becomes a generation business, you know?
Create that generational wealth from now. Yeah, that's one thing you just said. That's one thing I never understood, just being part of the Caribbean community, is that when we come over here, we get that shine eye quick, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You get a nice car, get some clothes, and you think you already made it.
No.
And in terms of actual real businesses, and that's why we started doing this show, to talk to people who have businesses.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of reflect that more in the community, because I mean, there's a lot of businesses that people don't know about here that are Caribbean owned. You know what I mean? And people just know Caribbean people for party and food. You know what I mean? And we're more than that.
Oh, yeah.
You dig? So
We are more than that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we have, like I always say, you know, ambition don't sell in the shop.
Correct.
And
Correct.
you have to bond wanting. You know what I mean? As it says that we only bond with two fear: the fear of falling and the fear of noise. Humans were only born with two fears: the fear of falling and the fear of noise.
Did not know that.
Caribbean people born with a want, bro.
With a what?
With a want. The way we raise up in the Caribbean, our parents always short, always lacking.
Yeah.
Either they don't have enough money to send these kids to school, or to send them on some of the trips that school have these days, or in them days, or to buy 5 or 4 siblings a pair of shoes, and all this kind of stuff. The books that we need for school and all of that. And so it is within us that we're growing up, we're like, when I grow up, I want to be rich. I want to be able to can support my family. I want to be able to can do stuff. And so we grow with that. A lot of us get carried away because of what we get ourselves involved in, probably caught up by women, caught up by our clothes or car, whatever.
Yeah.
You know? But for those of us who stay focused, we just realize every day as we get older, like I heard people say, I just want enough to take care of my family. And I always pose questions with my colleagues when we talk about that.
Yeah.
What is enough?
Yeah.
What really is enough?
Correct.
10 years ago, the cost of my car was far less than what it is today. So how would that be enough? How would I match up to buy a house that when 10, 20 years ago, I looked at the house and I said, I would love to own a house like that.
Yeah.
I'm saving to buy a house like that, but I never get to the point because as I get closer, the price increases. So what is really enough? I just feel like I want all.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Be mad as you want, but I want all.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, Rohan. So as a person of Caribbean heritage, right? Certain situations, circumstances, they are usually inherited to us. It doesn't matter what island we come from, right? So what would you say is unique about growing up in a Jamaican household?
Uniquely.
Yeah.
Togetherness.
Okay.
You know, we fight, but we still look after each other. You know, we have different experiences as a people, but at the end of the day, when you look at the way we live as a Caribbean people, we have certain interests to what motivate us to go out into the world. No matter where we are, we can always find our own people to bond with.
Yeah.
And so for me, I always think about life like this. And I stayed far from my people, in a sense.
Yeah.
When I say stay far from them, I keep their company, but we go out, we do what we have to do. Then I leave and I go back to my territory.
Right.
Because I like that peace and quietness. Because sometimes we can be very loud. I just being honest.
Yeah,
you know? And so I find that the way we function as a people is very unique. As I said before, even though we fight against each other in some way whatsoever, then at the end of the day, we still can come back and have that connection. But when you think about the desire of one from a Caribbean country compares to somebody from a different country, is that we always have the same kind of energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
Because we have one band, which is music.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter what your music is.
Yeah.
We have that one band, and that's what connects all of us, no matter what. You know what I mean? Because I can drop into a soca party and I can drop legs, but at the end of the day, I could go to the reggae, the dancehall.
I'm still all of vibes.
I'm still whole of vibes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
And so those are some little unique things that I admire, appreciate in life, because it don't matter if you get rich or if you're living poor, you still have that connection somewhere, somehow.
Good vibes. Yeah. Good connection, good connection. All right, Rohan, so tell me this. Versatile Barbers, right? What is one unique thing about Versatile Barbers that separates you from your competition, but that resonates with your clients and your customers?
The uniqueness about Versatile that I'm trying to hold on to, in the sense where that would make me different or make us different from the other barbershop. One is, I don't want it to be so much of a loud or nice and sharp with music. So I try to do something different, something that can motivate, especially in the Black community, because we need that. And we involved in a lot of madness that caused too many problems, such as you heard about shooting in barbershops, fighting in barbershops, and all that kind of stuff. And so I tried to change that kind of atmosphere to make something different. In terms of the service that we want to give out to our clients, I want a barber to understand that you have to commit yourself to what you're doing. In other words, you have to love it. And you have to find great pleasure in serving the people, and so you will go the extra mile to make sure that each customer that comes into the shop is satisfied, they're happy with what you're providing them with. One of my things that I always say to barbers is that we got so many barbershops, so don't think we have competition because we have a lot of barbershops. What makes us competitive is when we are offering better for less, and not just because we are barbers. We think that, because I had a barber who told me, he described it this way: I watch you do the whole shebang and all that time you just charge him a little money. And I have to keep reminding them that it's not about the money. We can be here in this for a very long time if we just put the money behind us and still serve the people. Because people get carried away when you treat them right. They will give you every dollar in their pocket. So you don't worry about the money will come.
Correct. Good deal. So check this out though. I have a confession, people. The reason I'm wearing a hat is because I need a shape up. I need to be brought back to life, right? And Rohan, it would be...
We close.
Damn! But it will be a pleasure if you would bring me back to life with my hair vibes right now. Because right now I look shaky. You can do something?
Oh yeah.
Alright, appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate that. We'll be back in a minute, guys. You'll see the transformation. Stay tuned. Yes, people, we're back. And there you have it. Man, he brought me back to life. I feel like 25 again. I appreciate you. Folks, Mr. Rohan Clarke, owner, operator here at VB Versatile Barbers, a brand he has carried from Jamaica to now here in Georgia. So Rohan, thank you for having us here. Now, I mean, on behalf of our official sponsor, Carablingo, we usually gift our clients with a nice little package. So open it and show the people what you got from the official sponsor, Carablingo. Check it out, check out the vibe.
Okay. Alright, I guess I can wear this proudly anywhere, innit?
That's it. Jamaica versus the world.
That's it.
That's the vibe.
I can wear this proudly, man.
Good vibes. So Rohan, here at the Caribbean Network, we have you're very welcome. We have a slogan. And the slogan is usually, your network is your net worth. How could you see that being applied to your life, your business?
Life for me is a part that I wanted to make sure that everybody in my circle be happy, be comfortable. And whatever I'm applying to this brand, this business, has to be something that one will talk about, one will appreciate it, And it might not be something easy right as it is, but as we move along the path and people start to grasp the concept, they will understand what we're basically doing.
Yeah.
And trying to make it something a bit different and to apply any other concept to that network. It has to be something that I can look back later on and say it was well done.
Yeah.
Because not only that I enjoy what I'm doing in the money or whatever else comes from it, but it's the fact that I have created something that will benefit somebody tomorrow and makes a difference in one's community. And so for me, it's a network that if it can grow to a level where others would want to be a part of it. In other words, I can have people join me in partnership, serve with an interest where everybody becomes successful, everybody enjoy what they're doing, everybody benefit from it. We have something to leave, as I always believe in, for those who follow on.
For next generation. Definitely. Sounds like a good vibe. So I want you to tell our viewers how they could get in contact with you, business hours, location, all that good stuff.
VB Versatile Barber is located at 21 Riverside Parkway here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. On the zip code is 343. My number is 470-358-1320.
Okay. Social media, anything like that?
We are on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And LinkedIn.
Okay.
It's VB Versatile Barbers. And the desire is to spread across this United States.
Okay.
And to make sure that we carry the same pattern wherever we go. Something that can influence, change the life of other people. We have quite a few people who come in and wanted to learn barbering.
Yeah.
And I've opened up invitations to anybody who wanted to be a part of it to come. We need barbers at the moment. What we have to get barbers who have that urge, that want to be a part of it, want to build this, want to make themselves a brand. You know what I mean? The opportunity is there where anybody could grow from here to wherever they want it to be.
Awesome. Good vibes. So you all hear that? Number is there, social media handle is there. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely come and check out Versatile Barbers. Y'all see he brought me back. You know what I mean? So it's a good vibe. So Rohan, I want to say, well, I appreciate you for having us here at Versatile Barbers, having this great, awesome conversation. A lot of jewels was dropped. You definitely shared a lot of insight with me into the whole barber industry. You know what I mean? So I definitely thank you for having us here.
It's a pleasure, and it's great to be here, and I am very happy that you guys have given us the opportunity to be a part of something as huge as this.
Thank you. All right, guys, so check it out, right? Y'all could definitely come to our website, thecaribbeannetwork.com, www.thecaribbeannetwork.com, or follow us on all social media platforms at The Caribbean Network. All right, I'm your host, Benzo, The Caribbean Network. We out.
And now, it's time for the Cariblingo Word of the Day.
What up? Boom! It's time for the Cariblingo Word of the Day, alright? So today's Cariblingo word is tenement yard. A tenement yard is a multi-family housing arrangement consisting of many substandard dwellings packed closely on a single plot of land. Dwellings often share resources such as running water, showers, toilets. Countries that use tenement yard are Jamaica, you know what I mean? Or in present day they call it the garrison now. I know in Trinidad they call it shanty town. You know what I mean? I don't know about any other island what they call it, but that's what I know. What do you think, Rohan?
The term shanty town is something that I know from yard too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bob Marley and them used, so I don't know these areas in Kingston like that. But I know I heard Bob Marley's and them talking about in shanty town.
Oh, okay.
They have a song saying something about shanty town too.
Okay, but there is a song called Tenement Yard by the late great Jacob Miller. He used to go, dreadlocks that live in a tenement yard. Dreadlocks that live in a tenement yard. Too much too much watch. Yeah, just show my age there. Just show my age.
I know about that.
Yeah. So guys, the word for today, the Caribbean word for today is tenement yard. So if your island uses that word that I didn't know of, drop your flags in the comments, right? And if there's a word that you want to be featured in this segment, send us a date. Alright? Curb Lingo, we out.
Feel that energy, that love, that rush ya. Rejuvenate so I can get you more substance. Take me back to the Caribbean. The vibes realize in the Caribbean. Every day I need a slice of the Caribbean. Ain't nothing like life in the Caribbean. Take me back to 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 the Caribbean. Back to the Caribbean, the place feeling nice and breezy, yeah. The vibe feeling cool and breezy, yeah. I feel a cool breeze, a nice breeze, fresh breeze, Caribbean breeze. The place feeling nice and breezy, yeah. The vibe feeling cool and breezy, yeah. I feel a cool breeze, a nice breeze, fresh breeze, Caribbean breeze.